Time. I already have a 28 light, so I wanted to see how the 32 light would do. Probably try them both. And all the important stuff's taken care of. What we have here is the Stihl 462 CM, the newest saw from Stihl released here in the States, the replacement for the 461. It is a 72.2 cc, 5.9 horsepower, power head weighs 13.2 pounds, gives us a power to weight ratio of an impressive 0.446 horsepower per pound. Compared to the 461 is a 46.5 cc, puts out 6 horsepower, so it's a little bit smaller, a little bit less horsepower. But the big difference is the weight. The power head on the 461 weighs 14.8 pounds, so you're shaving over a pound. And the power to weight ratio on the 461 is 0.405, so a little bit smaller, but you get more power per pound. The biggest difference though, of course, is this is an M-tronic saw. Yay! More things to break. Let's take a closer look. Starting at the top, you do have a decompression valve here. These are the quarter turn screws that they have. Lasso start handle, ever popular flippy caps. M-tronic, so the 3-way switch, kill, run, start. So you do have captive nuts, incredibly anemic bucking spikes, their new style side cover. Surprisingly, the exhaust port looks decent sized. Sure, I'll be opening that up in the future anyway though, just because science. Alright, so your adjustable oiler. It was a bit surprising. I read the oiler on this is similar to the oiler on the 661. In order to actually turn this all the way up, there's a small pin which I can barely see, so I'm sure you can't see on video. I'll try to see if I can zoom in on when I edit, but you see that little pin there on the left side? You actually have to punch that down to turn the oiler all the way up. And once it's punched down, it'll stay down, so you have your full range after that. Stock, it will not turn all the way up. So just something to be aware of. AV system as it, you know, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you operate these saws before, it's fine. Good. First thing I noticed when I took the cover off, the air filter. It pleated white. So I've not seen the white ones, or else my memory is failing me. They're usually black. I don't know if that signifies anything different. I do like these twist lock ones more than the 661, where it's just a quick turn on the cover release which presses it down. These seem to fit tighter and get less debris underneath, because we all know for some reason Stihl's air filtration is inferior to the Husky. So in keeping with their new saws, the orientation on the pistons slightly back and the cooling fins are at an angle, so they get better cooling and less build up in there with that style. It is M-tronic, so you get wires, yay, that you can't fix because you can't hook it up to a computer. Awesome, fun times. Double dogs. Just like most newer saws, you have the centrifugal filtration. Could be wrong, but I haven't seen this particular setup from Stihl before though. Filters out the big chips that go shooting out here, and you get pretty clean air pushed up into the air box. I think when I did my 461 video, I said it was a plastic flywheel. I was incorrect. It was just plastic fins on an aluminum flywheel, but they moved to all aluminum flywheel. There's your microprocessor built into the coil. It's a chainsaw fuel filter, which is orange. Never seen an orange fuel filter before in there. What I like best, made in Germany. The Germans. If you watch my 362 videos when I got it new, that saw here in the States is made in the States now, and I had problems. I like German saws. If for some reason the specs that I quoted are different than something you saw, I got mine from the manuals. A lot of times specs are different online. I don't freaking know. All right, apparently with all the technology and everything these days, there's no consistency in numbers. I forgot to mention cold weather shutter. It is this guy here. So you pull that out, flip it around, stick it in. That's your cold weather operation mode. Well, it's supposed to be pretty warm here tomorrow. And I'll have to look again. I don't recall seeing anything in the manual, but it looks like you have your threaded slots here on the recoil cover for that snow blocker in extremely cold conditions, or snow blocker slash air restrictor, whatever it's called. Put a pretty beefy heat shield on here. That's bigger than other saws. The more I look, the more I see things. The muffler, that's not a fastening system I've seen. It looks like they actually hand brazed these tabs on here and bent them over. Wonder what the purpose of that is. Do they have issues with the other ones cracking, or it really just seems like bracing? They don't seem necessary because this is one formed piece. As I'm talking about these things, if you want like a real breakdown, you should check out Jack over at Hot Saws 101. Amazing. Guy is incredibly knowledgeable, does phenomenal work on saws. Far smarter than me. I'll put a link in the description below to his channel. Check him out. I didn't even remove the side cover. Wow, I'm failing on all kinds of fronts. Yep, side cover, front sprocket. Usually they have these negative spaces covered with like a piece of plastic. More stuff you gotta clean out. I don't know what that hole for is in the wear plate. Now after seeing the weight, on my 461 I really like running the 28-inch light bar. It seems like perfectly balanced. So I'm wondering if a 32 light, since it's already a lighter saw, is really just gonna be too much nose weight. Yeah, my 461 doesn't do that. Just something I like to do. It doesn't look right, does it? I mean, that bar just looks too big for the size of this power head. I just used it today, okay? That's why it's dirty. The dimensions on a power head are noticeably smaller. That, or maybe it's just, it looks sexier, so you think it's small. I don't know. It doesn't look right. And this is only a 30 on this, but still, I mean, you get the idea. It's supposed to be warm tomorrow, so let's go use the orange jug. I actually did buy a couple boxes of the Stens. I'm just trying to use this stuff up. Push it down with a suitable tool. It's a suitable tool, Stihl. I don't know if you can see it better here, but there's that pin. Alright, now we gotta do it cranked up. Tell you what Stihl really needs is an answer to that freaking Echo. Because that Echo is a hell of a lot cheaper than a 150 TC. And it's not Intronic. And it is a freaking awesome saw. Just saying, Stihl. I'm gonna get a little too carried away if I don't shut up now and close the garage. Too many saws to put on your wall. That's a problem I'm okay with. Plus, we're leaving this garage soon, so it's kind of hard to get motivated to do anything in here. Alright, so I've already had it warming up. Running 50-to-1 Amsoil Saber. It's a full comp, semi-chiseled chain, and cutting on this cottonwood, or poplar for you non-US people. This is the limb from that big one I took down, that tree. first impressions after 2 cuts. I'm pretty impressed. 32-inch bar, full comp. Had it buried and I was putting some weight into it. I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm just gonna cut. But first, hey, can I have Scott and parts, please? Hey, Scott, Corey, how you doing? The 462, can you order me a set of those other dogs? The one for the main case and the side cover, and I'm assuming they probably come with a different chain catcher as well. Cool, thank you, sir. All right, bye. Yeah, those tiny little things aren't gonna work. So just got through my first tank, so you can kind of see what I got out of one tank. If you're worried about fuel efficiency. Big thing I noticed, I didn't really want to like this saw just because I love my 461, but I do like it, and the biggest reason I like it, you know, other than weight and everything, is that it's got a whole lot more torque than the 461. You know, that 461, you really got to keep in the high RPM range, bog it down, stop the chain pretty easily. This thing, you can dig in, and it just drops down to that RPM range where it has torque, and it just keeps going. So that's, honestly, I'm really liking it so far. But I'm gonna refill and just keep going. I got 3 tanks through it. I wanted to get more, but I got other stuff to do today. Right at the end of the second tank, hit something with that chain. So the chain on there, same chain, full comp, semi chisel. It's got 1 tank on it. And I backed off the oiler a bit as well. With that pin in wide open, you go through about a tank of oil per tank of gas. And in these conditions, I don't need all that oil. Dude, these dogs suck though. They need big bark stuff like this. Check it out with a few tanks through it. Not horrible by any means. Everything is surprisingly clean. But again, I mean, those weren't very dusty conditions, so take it for what it's worth. Looking pretty good. Somebody was asking about aluminum bolts, so I guess there's the answer. Jeez, Christ, that's tight. Funky gasket. Well, I guess they put that on there so you can line it up, which is the whole reason I kept it together when I took it off. It's handy. I don't know what that's for. Same with this. Oh, it looks like a alignment tab. You basically got a little nub down there. Nice. That's convenient. Makes it easier to work on. I don't know how well this camera's gonna pick this up. Looks like we have carbon buildup in the piston. For this boot cover. Oh, come on. Oh, why'd you have to do that? Different size spark plug than what every other. Come on. Bullshit. Alright, well, at least the scrunch it came with has the right size. Oh, come on. Freaking tiny spark plug, tiny old, can't see shit. God damn it. Alright, well, I can barely see it, so I know you can't see, but piston looking good. I think, could be wrong, but also I don't think I've ever seen AV connected directly to the cylinder before either. Alright, so final verdict, I like it. I think it will be a great in-tree saw, especially if you're doing like spar work. You know, having that lightweight, although I probably wouldn't want a light bar on it for doing that. I could see myself bending it pretty quickly. Really surprised how torquey it is, and time will tell how well it holds up to the rigors of tree work. And no, I'm not a Stihl fanboy. I talk shit on them fairly frequently, I think. But there's no Husky dealer near me, and in reality, my bank account is pretty damn low. I really should not have bought this in the first place. I realized I forgot to show the inside air filter, kind of where the Stihls are known for having tiny particulate matter ingress. Little fuel. But anyway, have a good one, humans.